Snow removal crews have been working around the clock to make sure streets are safe for the buses and sidewalks clear so the kids can get to the buses. News 8's Annie Rourke is live in New Haven this morning with more. How do things look out there, Annie?
Well, Kristen and Chris, if you've been wondering where they are putting all of this snow, this is it. We are at East Shore Park off Woodward Avenue here in New Haven. We have seen a steady stream of trucks coming in here, dumping all of the snow, huge piles of snow from all over the city. We actually followed one truck from the East Rock area near Wilbur Cross High School. They were clearing it out there this morning. Now, the mayor designated priority streets over the weekend, streets that really remained impassable since last Wednesday's storm. The city had to hire contractors. They worked Saturday night, all through the night, all yesterday, continuing into this morning. Now, some of the problem has been the cars. The plows can't properly clear the snow if people don't dig out their cars and get them out of the way. We saw a Land Rover on Canner Street this morning that was getting ticketed, getting ready to tow for just that reason. Now, as you mentioned, all of this is even more important because schools will be back open and on time this morning, the first time since last week's storm. And the buses, of course, have to get down the streets. Now, the city is asking parents to go out to the bus stop with their kids. They're asking them not to allow them to play on the snow piles because that could cause a mess. Also, it is very difficult for drivers to see kids because of the big snow piles, and they're asking drivers to keep a watchful eye out, especially on those corners when you don't have a good line of vision because of the big snow piles. And, of course, there may be kids on those corners waiting for the school buses. But, again, the snow crews have been out all morning long. They have been trying to clear the sidewalks, clear the streets, and make this a little easier for people to get around. And, of course, just in time for the next big storm to hit. Live in New Haven, I'm Annie Rourke, News 8.
Annie, thank you. And if you still have snow on your roof that you're worried about, this would be the time to take care of it.
Yeah, the state, a lot of folks urging people to do what they can before we get the next round. News 8's Ken Pierce live in Wallingford this morning to tell us what can happen if you don't. Right, Ken?
Yeah, Kristen and Chris, this can happen, and we all know from all the shoveling that we've been doing all winter long just how much 2, 3, 4 feet of snow can weigh. We know that from our aching backs. Well, they also know how heavy it can be here at the Stillwood Inn, Andrews Stillwood Inn, where the roof collapsed under the weight of all this snow. This happened a couple of days ago. Part of the roof over the office, the business office, collapsed. Fortunately, no one was hurt, but it did a lot of damage, and this is just one of many roof collapses we have seen in the last week to week and a half. No people have been hurt so far, and Governor Malloy wants to keep it that way. He is asking everyone to clear off their roofs now before we get more snow, ice, and rain. He also urged people to clear off their decks, dig out fire hydrants, and clear the vents of any side-vented heating systems that might be covered with snow as well. We've seen a lot of businesses around the state with flat roofs damaged by the snow, but here at Zandri's, this was actually a pitched roof that collapsed here, so even a roof that's on a pretty good angle can collect enough snow that weighs enough that they can have problems. And here at the Stillwood Inn, they are looking to demolish the damaged portion, rebuild, and get back in business as soon as possible. Live in Wallingford, I'm Kent Pierce, News 8.
Ken, thank you. And in Bridgeport, crews were out trying to preserve the roof on the historic building, the historic Barnum Museum building. They spent a few hours shoveling snow off the roof there. The dome of that building was badly damaged back in June. A different kind of weather problem, a tornado, you may remember, ripped through that city.
That's right.